CMSportsNet presents A Season Lost, High School Lacrosse 2020. Brought to you by Carroll Lynx.
Welcome to A Season Lost. Hi, I'm Mike Preston, and tonight we have with us South Carroll head coach Grady Breen and midfielder and faceoff specialist Drew Downing. And guys, want to talk about the season that's over and kind of look back, but also look ahead. So what are your plans for the juniors during the summer?
So right now I've just been pushing information about the Howard County Summer League. And thankfully, I look at a kid like Drew, and first and foremost, let me just say to anyone listening that if there's someone if someone asked me who's represented South Carroll Lacrosse, very simply it's Drew Downing over the last 4 years. Transitioned from a pole to a face-off guy as a freshman, and then arguably the best face-off midi in really Western Maryland and one of the best in the state in the last couple of years. So I'm glad for a kid like him that he gets more touches. He gets more time to play.
Right.
He gets 4 years to play. That's my excitement. And I'm also just glad that, I can give my seniors, my juniors, hey, 2020 graduates are eligible for Summer League. So that's really just trying to catch up in terms of number of touches, reps, thinking about other opportunities to just keep them enjoying the process of playing and playing together.
Right. Hey, Drew, are you going to college and play lacrosse? And if so, what are you doing to prepare for that? And what are you doing to prepare to play in these Summer League tournaments to stay in shape?
So, I'm going to Salisbury University next year, and I'm playing lacrosse. So right now I've been going, the gym has just been opened up, so I've been hitting that pretty hard. So been doing that, and then while in quarantine, I've been running a lot, trying to stay in shape. So playing a lot of wall ball.
Hey, so what colleges recruited you besides Salisbury?
Lenore Rhine, a D2 school, Limestone, Manhattan, Grove City, Washington College. Those are the main ones I was looking at. And
what sold you on Coach Berkman and the Seagulls down there, besides those national championships, right?
Salisbury was going into freshman year. I remember, so my 8th grade year, my sister went to Salisbury for a visit, and I was like, I kind of like it here. I like the setup, like the layout. So I'm like, I knew they were good at lacrosse, so I was like, so that's what I'm gonna strive for and see if I can get it. So as Coach Breen said, as I switched from a pole to a face-off midi, I started getting a lot of looks, and Salisbury wasn't coming at first, but then they recruited me, and I went campus, met Coach Berkman. I was like, this is something I want to be a part of, something I want to work for, and there it was.
That might be the best program in college lacrosse. Division 1, 2, or 3. I mean, because and they back it up. I mean, we're not throwing it out there. They do back it up. Hey, Coach, this summer for juniors, it's big for recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
How do you help with that? What's going on with the situation with these juniors and your sophomores?
So it's tricky, especially because a half an hour or an hour ago, the NCAA extended the dead period for coaches recruiting, live recruiting, through August 31st, which is definitely tricky. And as I personally believe that every coach has, you don't want to go full-blown salesman on your kids, but you need to be the biggest believer in your kids and be like, hey, these are kids that could be a good fit at your school. So in general, I really just think, at the end of the day, I as a coach have to focus on as much development as possible in a healthy way in times like this. So it's, from that being said, I want to give them as many opportunities to catch up for a season lost, but also then contacting clubs in the area if my kids don't have a club or they're trying to change clubs. Just thinking about little things, contacting a couple of college coaches that I know well. And I think this ripple effect in terms of the NCAA landscape it's gonna last for a while, because
Right.
you're gonna have guys coming back with their blanket 5th-year eligibility, and then, kids like Drew coming in, and then, all of these, the number of spots, I honestly think, Mike, that it's going to change the parity, because I think there's some 2022s, some 2021s that it wanted to go to Maryland, wanted to go somewhere, and they end up at a place that, maybe might be off kind of the beaten path, or might not be their first look because of scholarship numbers. So I think that's kind of the math. I'm not an NCAA coach, so I can't worry about that. I just have to focus on my kids. So I
Right.
just development and kind of, showing them off as much as I can.